Hello, and welcome to the We Recommend podcast, a movie podcast where every week we recommend a movie for you to watch and then come back here and listen to us discuss. I'm Jesse.
I'm Jason. You're crazy.
No, poor people are crazy. I'm eccentric, because this week we recommend Speed.
We are crazy.
We are crazy.
'Cause I'm poor.
So this was the first time you saw the movie?
No, hell no.
Oh, okay, I thought it was. I don't know
But
why.
it was the first time I had seen the movie in about 20-something years.
Oh,
I
yeah?
think.
It's been probably like 5 years since it's always watched it as a kid 500 times.
Yeah, as a kid, it's awesome.
It's like the best movie ever made.
It's
And then you grow up and you rewatch it and you're like, oh, so still the best movie ever made.
No, I didn't have that feeling.
What? Bro, is this another Point Break situation where you're like, what? How is this
Because
about?
me and Madeline it was such a bonding moment, and me and her just talking shit on a movie the whole time, and it was fun.
There's nothing to talk shit about on this.
I know. We had to make it all up.
What's like a part where you're like, oh, this sucks?
I don't know, maybe when the bus jumps a hole.
Okay, that's the most unbelievable part of the movie. Everything
and then
else,
he jumps a train.
yeah.
And
Wait, they don't jump. Yeah,
you might
that
as well have.
It is pretty wild. You know something I always forget, that LA has subways.
Yeah.
No one ever talks about like, yeah, I took the LA train.
No,
I don't even know what you
I've
call
never
it.
been on a subway. I have been on a rail bus.
A rail bus?
Real bus.
A real bus.
A Greyhound.
That bus is a real
It was
bus.
scary.
It's the Pinocchio
It was
buses.
13.
It got longer every time it lied.
It does.
Someone lies on it, it gets longer.
Nobody lies on
Wow.
buses.
These are bad jokes.
That's why they're short buses.
Yeah.
Because they tell the truth.
Yeah.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
All right. Well, I mean, I think this movie is 10 out of 10.
It was so fun.
No
watch.
problems, no issues. This is like grip onto your seat type of action here. I love that. So the movie it never has a dull moment, really. I mean,
No.
the times where it slows down, you're just getting character moments, but because the actors are
It-
so charismatic, that
Yeah, it
it's
does
just
have
like,
dull
great.
writing, though, I think.
Really? It's actually funny. I did read that they actually wanted it to be more action, like
More action.
more action one-liners from typical movies,
Oh,
but they
yeah.
cut a lot of them out because they're like,
Bad.
wait, I
Probably.
think we actually have a decent movie here, so let's not make it too cheesy.
So, they just stopped adding things
Yeah.
when it was good enough.
Yeah,
They had their cup of speed, and they're like, we got to fill this
that's
up.
essentially. Well, this went through like 3 different people for a rewrite.
Oh,
It was
Were they alive?
yeah. So it's directed by John
No, they were
DeBont.
6th graders.
He-
That's what it was.
Like John DeBont he was a cinematographer. He did like Die Hard. He was a
Sick.
cinematographer for that. And which this movie is Die Hard on a Bus. That's how it was sold.
Yeah.
But it was written by
Buzz hard.
Graham Yost. And then it had some sort of other like secret screenwriter for it that was supposed to do like the second draft, but it was apparently so bad that they cut him out. They kicked him out. And then Joss Whedon, the guy,
Oh, yeah.
he did the dialogue mainly for the movie. Turns out, and then when you rewatch it, you're like, this is Joss Whedon dialogue, especially the Sandra Bullock and Keanu Reeves but dialogue back together,
their epic love story.
and the little quippy like dialogue that they have together. I don't know. I love their two characters. I think they're so good together.
I think
they started dating after this movie. Actually.
Oh,
yeah.
wow,
You could see
chemistry.
the chemistry a little bit.
They just go on buses and
Yeah,
make
they're
out.
just like, this has to go over 50. Everybody's like, this isn't a movie.
We got to keep our adrenaline up. That's the only way this relationship works.
After this movie, no buses would pick up Keanu Reeves.
They had a sign with his face crossed out.
we don't trust you on this. I don't know. What did you think about Dennis Hopper in this movie, the villain?
He's fine. I liked his
Fine?
attitude. I liked his attitude. Like he was just cracking beers while
Yeah.
he was killing people.
I think
I love it.
His
We had a lot of
character
fun.
is definitely the character you can see that had like a Joss Whedon type of rewrite, just because it's kind of funny throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
It just reminded me of like quippy Avengers type
Well,
of.
it kind of reminded me of what
villains.
if I was a villain. Like this would be me, like incompetent, drinking, like
Watching football while you got a whole
I don't want to
whole bus of people about to get blown up.
Yeah. You play like bus exploding simulator while
Yeah,
you
they're
watch
playing. He's playing Crazy Taxi while checking in on the video feed.
Bomberman.
I think he's such a good villain in this movie. There's like Dennis Hopper. Well, because he's the villain of. He's like in the '90s. He was just a villain in every movie. You got the Mario Brothers movie.
Yeah,
the really bad one, but he's great in it.
Yeah, he was. He's the best part of that movie.
You ever seen? What's his name? David Lynch's Blue Velvet.
No,
dude, he's psycho in that movie.
I heard it was a psycho movie.
Yeah, it's a crazy
70s,
movie.
right,
he's crazy and he's really good in it. But it's classic David Lynch type of acting where everything's insane. It's like, why are you acting like this? What is this? And he's kind of the perfect villain. I feel like he's, you never know when he's gonna just go insane.
Yeah, I had never really heard of that movie Blue Velvet until I watched the movie The Squid and the Whale.
Oh yeah,
and they kind of mentioned it.
Yeah,
in that one. I
love that movie. No bomb. Wow, bomb back.
Bad Dad.
I think that was Jesse Eisenberg's first movie or second, something like that.
It was a cool movie.
Yeah,
and I picked up a lot of notes like how to terrorize the library and
yeah. It's like, I just need to rewatch this and write notes. But something I love about Dennis Hopper's character is that he wants the money. That's why he's for it. He
does want the money. That's all.
But more so, he wants to embarrass the LAPD, and it seems like that's his main goal of it.
I guess.
Because he's so mad at him the whole time. He's just like he's constantly like, "Hey, I got away again." Yeah. Like at the end with the trash can, then putting the money in it, and then he flips it over, and there's a hole in the concrete. I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's so fucking good. It's so good. Whoever thought, I don't know which.
That was pretty smart.
I don't know which screenwriter that worked on the script came up with that idea, but congratulations.
That was kind of cool.
I love you for it, and because whenever I did that, I was like, oh snap, I completely forgot.
There's just tons of mail, a pile of mail at the bottom.
Yeah, it's like, oh, he's been living here.
Just eating the mail as it drops in.
I know, and something else that like I think this puts this movie like in like the great action movies of the 90s is you think the movie's over after the bus, and it says, hold up, this is the 90s. Yep. Somebody's got to fight on a train.
Yeah.
It's like we saw Tom Cruise do it. Now it's our turn, Keanu.
Man, I feel like they could have squeezed a couple more vehicles in there.
Yeah.
Have a boat fight, maybe.
You mean like Speed 2 cruise control?
There we go.
Or as I like to call it, Speed 2 snooze control.
Zing. Hot take.
Natalie loves that movie so much, and I'm like, it's so bad. But it's got William Dafoe.
Is it the same kind of idea?
Yeah. William Dafoe takes over I like
William Dafoe.
Is it some sort of boat? I can't remember if it's a cruise ship or something.
Steamboat.
And the thing is that the boat's got to go fast. You know, it's hard to film a giant boat going fast because it doesn't look fast on the water.
You just have a bunch of little boats going slow next to it.
Even because you're just like, oh, I feel like they got the wrong idea. They should have been another car, bus, or something, but it has to go faster, right? That would have been the proper sequel. Instead we'll just get a bigger mode of transportation.
Like a race car driver, he has to go 100.
It's like, does anybody know how to drive a car? I'm actually the world's greatest race car driver. Also, the problem with that movie is there is no Keanu Reeves in it, and that's a bummer.
Oh, yeah, that's a big no for me.
I believe Keanu and Sandra's character were supposed to be married in the sequel, but Keanu said, no good, very bad script, not doing the movie. And he said, I'm out of here.
And then he swung away on a vine.
And Sandra said, hey, I want more money, so I'll do the script. I'll do the movie.
Hell yeah, Sandra, get a girl.
So we'll hop into some facts here. Apparently the bus was supposed to be going slower than 50 miles per hour. According to
that would have been so much better.
According to the, I don't know how, but I mean, how are they going to jump something only going 20 miles per hour? I don't know.
I don't know. You barely make it down the street.
But according to, just wait till I tell you how fast it was supposed to go. So according to the screenwriter, Graham Yost, they were going to be going only 20 miles per hour.
Oh, that would have been so fun.
Wow, that would have been great. Just be like, Keanu's like, we got to hurry. Oh, actually.
He's just like running next to the bus.
He's like, how fast are you going? I'm going 50. Slow it down. Too much action. But I mean, like they would have been able to figure all this out pretty easily at that point. It was like, there's nothing to worry about here.
We've got a lot of time now.
Yeah. So apparently the bus jump that you think is unrealistic and unbelievable.
It's hilarious.
It's so unrealistic because whenever you see the bus in the air, it's like Well, how did the bus
Ramp.
like? There's no ramp. It just goes off. I'm like, wait, how did the bus get air?
And why was anyone driving on this road at all?
Well, there wasn't at this point.
If the road was out,
right?
like, but no, like there was no like
because it's all cops at this point.
Okay, I mean, I guess I can be like, okay, there's a part of the road that's not everybody got off beforehand, but it seems like they could have just got off.
Yeah, well, their map was wrong.
Yeah, it was before GPS.
I can't wait till it gets to that because I wrote down a line that the chief captain says, Mac. What is it? Oh yeah, because the person in the truck that he's on is like, I don't know what happened. The map has that there's that it's completed, but I guess it was bad intel. And he's like, you're fired. You're all fucking fired. Oh, love that guy. So I guess in the bus jump scene, the vehicle defies audience expectations and, the laws of physics. By clearing a 50-foot gap in the road.
Plus, the bus would have had to been going like 90 miles an hour to make that jump if there was a ramp.
So I guess the crew was worried that the stunt driver performing the jump would shatter a spine upon impact from doing the jump.
Yeah.
And if that wasn't enough, that the fact that the stunt driver could die, even if he didn't break his back, there was a possibility the camera rig could have broken loose and skewered the poor guy from being inside the thing. It's so wild. It's like, I don't know. But that's such a 90s thing where it's like, I mean, can this bus make the jump? Is it realistic? It's like, no, it's not realistic.
So we really have to throw a bus off this huge highway.
I feel like they're like, all right, so what's a realistic jump? They're like, maybe 25 feet.
Maybe a speed bump.
Double it, and then triple it.
But sir, the math. I don't care. Yeah. You're fired. You're all fired.
And then in a classic Keanu Reeves performances, in Keanu Reeves' fashion, he performed all his own stunts, of course.
Nice.
Because he's just probably our best, action star we got, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of their actors do their own stunts. Like, I think Tom Cruise does a lot of his own stunts.
Oh, he does, like, everything. He's this...
I just don't really like him.
He's like, hey, can I die, please, soon? Because that's what I'm trying to do here.
Let him do it.
No, but he makes good movies, even though he's kind of a weirdo.
He is a weirdo, but yeah, he's a great actor.
Another thing I read was that Sandra Bullock actually learned to drive a bus for the filming. That's some dedication. Take that, Tom Cruise. You learned how to fly a jet. She learned how to drive a bus.
She got a skill she could work with?
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, Tom Cruise also learned to fly a plane for Top Gun?
Top Gun. Yeah, Maverick. He knows he can fly a helicopter, I think a jet now. He can.
How do you feel?
He can run.
I mean, judging by other actors who have been pilots, how would you feel if you're in trouble and they just pick you up in a helicopter? Like, dang. What would you say?
Wait, say that again?
Like, if you're in trouble.
Yeah.
And then who was the guy who rescued the dude in the helicopter? Indiana Jones guy.
Oh, Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford.
Yeah. Dude, if Harrison Ford just rescue me in a helicopter, I'd be like, cool. Hey, can we go to your house and hang out now? Like, just fly me to your house. Let's chill a little bit.
Kicks you out of the helicopter.
He'd be like, I don't like talking to people. You're just gonna want to talk about Star Wars, and I hate Star Wars.
Me the whiskey.
And then after Star Wars, you'll talk about Indiana Jones. I'm a grumpy old man. You're lucky I didn't wreck trying to save you because I've wrecked 5 planes.
Oh, for Air Force One?
I think he's been in 3 plane crashes or something like that.
He shouldn't have a license.
Yeah, but you gonna tell Harrison Ford, nah, dog?
I guess, yeah. If I'm the person handing out license and if there's a limit, 3 strikes you're out, 3 helicopters you're gone, no more license.
Nah, dog. It's Harrison Ford.
I know, but maybe if he gave me a ride.
What if someone in a Wookiee costume was walking in with him? Could you say no? Be like, okay, actually, hold on, I'm joining.
I mean, for the safety of everyone else in the area, I think you have to.
Oh, so another interesting. Shut up.
Okay, fine. He can have one.
He can have one.
You,
he seems young and spry. He'd probably get hot in the cockpit. So apparently, Quentin Tarantino was originally supposed to direct the film, but he decided, nah.
He could have made it fun.
I swear to God, if I recommend another 90s action movie and I have to deal with this again, you're off the pod. So yeah, I guess following the release of Reservoir Dogs in 92, Tarantino was one of the most sought after directors in Hollywood, and Speed was one of the many projects that landed on his desk. Tarantino passed on the film and decided to make Pulp Fiction instead, which,
Better choice.
was,
It was pretty cool.
yeah, I mean, Pulp Fiction is like one of the best movies ever made. So, I can't be too mad about that. Harry, his partner in the movie, he was originally supposed to be the bad guy.
Oh, sweet. In Pulp Fiction?
No, in Speed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Instead of he was supposed to be the bad guy, but they just chose not to because they kind of wanted a bigger actor. And
yeah, you need a good villain.
And he also needed like a buddy to kind of hang out with for a little bit and someone on the phone to be like, hey,
bounce ideas
hey,
off of.
you like figure this out so we can go surfing, bro?
Yeah.
So for our last fact, the movie tested so well, they moved up the release date.
Dang. People need to see this now.
Well, usually, like, that's very unusual. Mostly everything gets pushed back more. But yeah, I guess it was just so good that they're just like,
perfect. Get it out of here.
Get it in
now.
people's faces faster. According to the screenwriter, when 20th Century Fox witnessed the incredible reception Speed received at test screenings, the studio suspected it had a hit on their hands. The premiere date was promptly rescheduled for June instead of August, which paid off. Speed debuted at number 1, raking in $14.5 million first weekend, and it was made for $30 million. So at the time, which is very good. And so the director, John DeBont, so he's only really made, let's see, how many movies has he made? 5 movies. So he's made 2 masterpieces, Speed, Twister. And then he decided to destroy his career by making Speed 2, Snooze Control, the remake of The Haunting, one of the most boring like haunted house films and remakes ever, which also has a dope cast though. Liam Neeson's in it, Owen Wilson's in it.
Oh yeah,
they don't work.
Oh,
and then he made Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, The Cradle of Life. I believe that's the sequel.
That was a bad movie too, but it was still fun.
Yeah, it is. It's just, man, that just has to suck that you made like 2 really fun, like ridiculous action movies, and it's like, I can't make it happen again. That has to be so frustrating.
The formula has changed so much.
Yeah, I think that happens to directors though, where it's like, oh no, like what is this? What's happening? Why can't I get this right now? But it's fine because he was like the director of, he was the cinematographer on like Cujo, Die Hard. Should we hop into the film, man?
Yeah.
All right. So the movie starts with us going down an elevator shaft, revealing the titles. Titles look terrible.
Mm-hmm.
But the music kind of cues come in, and the music's really good in this movie.
The music's
I love
fun.
it. Yeah. We see a man working on an elevator, and like some guy comes up and he's like, hey, what are you doing down here? And he's like, oh, I got like the work order or whatever, and stabs him in the ear.
Yes.
Dude, stab him somewhere less painful. That would kill him faster.
Or if the guy already bought your disguise, then why do you have to stab him?
Well, because I guess since he knows he's in there, whenever they have to evacuate the building, they'll be like, hey, there's a guy down here. Go get him. So it's like, we got to kill him.
Yeah, I guess. Got to tie up loose ends.
And he was luckily in the one place where they didn't look. So we see
the other elevator.
Yeah. Well, it was like a
service. It was like a service. The freight elevator.
Yeah, it was service stuff and stuff like that. So then we see some people get on the elevator. They get on there. They make fun of a guy named Bob because he pushed a button. He's like, "Good job, Bob. You able to push a button?" I'm like, I don't know why we're being so harsh to this random guy that we're not going to know very long. The bomber blows the cables and the elevator descends, but emergency brakes stop the elevator. And then the guy says to Bob, "Which button did you push, Bob?" It's like, dude, get off his nuts, man. Damn. It's like, why are we going? That's definitely a Joss Whedon.
The emergency
right
cable release button.
Yeah.
Duh.
And then we're with the LAPD SWAT team. We see officers Jack Traven?
Sure.
Yeah, whatever. Played by Keanu Reeves and Harry Temple, played by Jeff Daniels. They're called to a Los Angeles skyscraper where the bomber has the elevator full of people hostage for a $3 million ransom, threatening to blow the emergency brakes, keeping the elevator from plunging to its doom.
Hell yeah, way to go, man. That's a cool villain move.
Yeah, and then Keanu Reeves essentially, or Jack, just says, hey, Harry will go solve the bomb problem, and then they go up to the elevator. They're examining the bomb so that they can disarm it. They only have like 23 minutes, we learn. They get into the shaft. We see that the bomber hears them coming because it's super loud in the elevator shaft, I guess.
Sure.
And this guy's professional at electronics because he's, I guess, set up the microphone up there so he could listen. He's so smart, this villain. That's what I like about him. I'm like, wow, he's a really smart guy.
Sometimes, like most of the time, he's pretty smart. Sometimes he kind of
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Sometimes he kind of screws things up. So they see the bomb. Jack doesn't like the situation. We get like this whole hostage metaphor. I don't know. Like Harry just randomly asks, like, someone's got a hostage. What do you do? And he's like, I'll shoot the hostage. I won't kill him, but I'll shoot him. And
Yeah.
then I can take him
Don't
out.
do that.
But well, soon we'll see that it works.
I know. Okay. Yeah.
And then all this kind of leads to Jack being like, hey, something's not right here. So Jack quickly thinks, after he and Harry examines the bomb and gets an idea to rig a cable from the window washing crane on top of the building to hold the elevator. It ends up being very smart.
Heavy ass elevator, apparently. Because it rips that shit right off the thing.
Well, I guess it's just like, because, well, I'm sure it's like the force of it initial, like,
I don't know, man. Those things are supposed to hold like billions of pounds.
That's true. Well, I mean, damn Bob in there probably shaking the elevator the whole time.
He's the crane operator and screwing all the bolts.
So the bomber figures out the plan and triggers the bomb, but the crane holds the elevator long enough for the hostages to be rescued via the access panel. Of course, there always has to be one person in the elevator. I can't do it. It's like, so you just would rather die in this elevator instead of potentially being chopped in half, which I understand.
And I feel like
terrifying.
Jack and Harry, they're pretty good. They seem like better cops than we have now. Like they're pretty patient with people.
They're really good. They're patient. They're nice.
They're trying to save them.
Yeah.
And I mean, usually like the scene.
Well, they seem like the ones that kind of have like their jobs are pretty intense, but like when they're not doing their job, like I'm sure it's probably a more relaxed job at their desks and stuff like that. And they're more
probably,
even though they're not. I don't know. I don't know anything about SWAT teams, but
they are a SWAT team.
Yeah, they seem to be the SWAT teams.
I just thought, I don't know.
And I guess they're the bomb experts. So,
yes.
Yeah. That's got to be a stressful job.
Yeah. Oh,
I think you have to be good with people if you're a bomb expert. It's like you have to be cool.
I think the only thing you have to do to be good at with bombs is bombs.
That's true. Well, yeah, but you gotta be good under pressure.
Like this guy's pretty good, but his bedside manner is horrible.
One thing about this scene, once that lady gets out of the elevator and they all start running, you know what she says? Oh no, I left my shoe in there. It's like, hey lady,
bitch.
Maybe if you took your shoes off and hurried up and got out of there, we wouldn't be worrying about a shoe, but you took forever about it.
Keanu Reeves dives in after the shoe.
The shoe!
What?
He ends up surviving the elevator crash. No shoe left behind, bro. Gonna hop on my board. So Jack and Harry then figure out the bomber is hiding in one of the freight elevators, which were not checked during the evacuation of the building because he blew the bomb early. That's how they know that he's there because he blew the bomb early, like 3 minutes earlier. They're like, why would he do that? He must still be here.
He's watching him.
Yeah. And we get the line. It's like, what is it? Oh, yeah. Harry says, couldn't hold his wad. Common problem for middle-aged men.
I know. It's such a cheap shot.
It's so good. Or he's like, or so they say. So it's like, well, Harry, how do you know that?
He takes a lot of wads.
Yeah. So as they corner the bomber in an elevator, he takes Harry hostage. They both get stuck in the elevator. The bomber has dynamite strapped to himself. And as the bomber tries to escape with Harry, Harry says, shoot the hostage. And then he shoots him.
He shoots him in a bad place.
He shoots him in the leg. Right?
But he shot him on the inside of the leg, which is where all your main arteries are that go down your legs.
When it was like 6 inches from being a bad shot a little later.
Yeah, you have lots of other parts of the leg you can shoot. Like shoot him in the fucking...
I guess he was just going for like the chunky part, right? So it just like knocks him down, but...
I guess.
I don't know. I don't know where you shoot people, man. I hope I never have to.
It seems like he could have... I don't know.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
So the Jack shoots Harry in the leg, forcing the bomber to release him.
God, I'd be pissed if somebody shot me in the leg.
Right. Oh, he is pissed the whole time, even if he was the one to tell him to do it. The bomber flees and activates the bomb, seemingly dying in the process. Or did he?
No.
And then we cut to Jack and Harry. They're being praised by Lieutenant Mack, and they're getting medals and stuff like that. And then we learn that Harry's being promoted to detective. And then, having survived the incident, however, the bomber watches on TV as they receive their medals.
Yeah, I love how he's got all the TVs and all the news coverage on every single channel.
Man,
it's fun. He's a real news junkie.
He's just so smart. He's like, I can compute all of this. And then we see everybody celebrating and drinking. Everybody's getting super drunk. Harry's like just saying how lucky
Hell
they
yeah.
were. And he's like, he's not really celebrating. And Jack's like, Harry, we survived. And then after all this, he's super drunk. He stands up. He's like, I'm going to go home and have some sex.
Yeah.
So funny, man.
At least I hope.
Can we just like praise Jeff Daniels a little bit? Man, the guy is so good.
Yeah, I love Jeff Daniels.
And
He's amazing.
It's wild. He's always funny in the movies. And it's still wild to me that in Dumb and Dumber, like they didn't want him to be in the movie because they're like, he's more of a serious actor. But I'm like, he's always funny in all his movies.
Yeah, he
He's
can't help
great.
it, I don't think. Even when he's the villain, like there's a show, the Western show with he was like the villain leader. He's still funny.
Deadwood?
No,
It's the only
I
one I
can't remember
know.
what it's called.
Okay. So the next morning, Jack's getting some coffee. He's got some back and forth with some random, blue collar workers inside here. He's like, hey, we'll see you later. They're in LA, not New York.
Yep.
And then Jack witnesses a bus explode, which kills the driver. And then for some reason,
He doesn't call the police.
he picks up a payphone and says, this must be for me, which
Yeah.
he's right. I guess he was just assuming.
What's the first thing you do when a bus explodes?
Well, I think he's like, wait, the bus blew up and now we're getting a call. This is probably like a
I mean, yeah, that's
a
a
sign.
that's a stretch. I mean, when you
Who calls random payphones?
payphone, yeah, exactly.
So
It's
like,
gotta be for
It's
you.
got to be for me. That's what I'm going to think. If I ever, well, we don't have them, so it doesn't matter anymore. So the bomber contacts Jack on a nearby payphone, explaining that a similar bomb is rigged on another bus, which will activate once it reaches 50 miles per hour.
But then
and
he
detonate.
says, then he's like, but you don't know which bus it is.
Yeah.
But then
He immediately tells him.
Jack, wait, he tells him which bus it is?
Yeah, he's like, it's this bus, 282 or something.
Oh, I thought, and I guess I'm wrong.
Yeah, you should have watched the movie. Yeah,
I
you
did
wouldn't
watch the movie.
be making fun of
It
it.
just seemed like he's like, you don't know which one it is. And then Jack just gets on a motorcycle or he steals that dude's car, which is hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, so good.
But he goes straight to the bus.
Yeah.
Like he knows all the bus
Just
schedules.
immediately-
He has not talked to anybody from headquarters.
That's true. He did just immediately know which bus it was, which was kind of wild.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, maybe I don't know if cops just know the
And
routes of the buses.
This bus driver, happiest bus driver on the fucking planet.
Great guy. I love my boy Sam.
Yeah, Sam's great.
Gone
But
too soon from
I
the
can't
movie.
imagine any bus driver has a smile on his face ever.
Hey, well, when
Especially in LA.
when Sandra Bullock is your often bus passenger, everything. I mean, hey, if she got on the bus every day, it's like she's so cheerful and just like
that would
bubbly.
be,
It's
yeah,
great.
but like, he don't know it's her. And then, I don't know. It just seemed to be like, look, we know it's great to be in a movie, but we need you to stop smiling so big.
We need you to be a
We
grumpy
need you
bus
to be
driver.
miserable. Like this is draining your life away like
Hey,
a blue-collar
some
job's supposed to do.
Some people like their jobs.
I guess, but it's...
I think I should
It's-
probably have like a job where I drive. I feel like I love driving and I drive all the time. I feel like
Yeah,
should have a
I could do
driving
that. I
job.
could maybe do that, but I fall asleep sometimes.
As long as I can listen to podcasts. You fell asleep while driving?
A couple times.
Well, you don't need to be on this bus.
No, that's what I'm saying. I couldn't do a driving job.
Got it. Jack, why did the bus explode? The driver fell asleep.
You drove into
He
a
was
bomb.
telling me he only got 2 hours of sleep. But yeah, so we learned that if the bus gets 50 miles per hour, reaches it, then the bomb is set. And if it goes below, then it explodes. He also made Howard, which we'll learn, that's the bomber's name, demands a ransom of $3.7 million and threatens to detonate the bus if Jack tries to offload any passengers. We then cut to Sandra
And
Bullock's
this
character.
rules. This is a great thing for a villain to do.
Yeah.
It's a fucking cool
I know.
concept.
It is such a good concept. We should have 7,000 more concepts like this. But we finally get to meet Annie, played by Sandra Bullock,
She's so sweet.
who's getting on a bus. Then we also see Alan Ruck. Worst part of this movie, not enough Ruck. But he's very annoying. We see her, she moves to another place, and then another person starts talking to her, and she's like, oh my God, I need a car. Which we'll learn a little later. She doesn't have a license because of speeding. Jack races through Los Angeles freeway traffic, and after commandeering a civilian's car, the Toon Man, he manages to get ahead of the
Yes.
bus, which had already gone over 50 miles per hour because they wouldn't listen to him and let him on the bus whenever he got there.
Yeah, the guy with the car, it was so funny.
Yeah, he's great.
It's just like, okay, just don't wreck it. Don't scratch it.
I feel like a lot of Movies like this always have just like a random side character that's just along for the ride for like 5 minutes of the movie, and they're always great.
Yeah, but I feel like
They're always kind of crazy.
as a police officer, he probably should have been like, "Get out of the car. This is going to be dangerous."
That would have been better. I guess he knew it's like, oh, I might need them. I don't know.
And can police really do this?
I don't know, but movies think they can.
Movies do think they can.
It's
So I guess they can.
It's kind of something I've noticed that movies don't do this anymore.
Yeah, it's probably not like
It's weird.
It's probably just theft. No,
It seemed like a 70s, 80s, 90s, and like early 2000s thing. And they're like, we probably shouldn't have our cops stealing cars anymore.
Yeah, back when you could trust the police to do the right thing, maybe even a little bit.
Even though he makes the guy wreck his car, and pretty sure that guy's
he
dead.
fucks his car.
Yeah.
He just there's a door in my way between me and this bus.
Oh, bro,
Goodbye,
that
door.
ruled. So we see that he manages to get ahead of the bus, which had already gone over 50 miles per hour, and gets a message to the driver, Sam, to keep the speed over 50 miles per hour. I love this, though, this whole scene, because there's great suspense with the odometer. Never thought I'd be like so enthralled with the odometer.
No, you ever watch your odometer go from like 99,000 miles to 100,000 miles?
Oh, no.
That's intense.
I said odometer. I mean,
it's on the same thing, right? Though?
Yeah, it's on the same
there.
thing. Yeah. No, I actually haven't done that, actually, Jason. But it's great. I love this scene. I love this movie. So what am I talking about? And then Jack calls Harry, explaining that the bomber is still alive. He's like, how do you know? And it's like, I know.
Because there's a
It's
bomb
the
on
same
buses.
guy I heard him call. Jack then
he saw him and heard him and
Yeah.
like was held by him and smelled him.
smelled
probably.
him, kissed him. Jack then gets on board by jumping onto the moving bus. He breaks the car door, like you said, and he also drags his feet a little bit, which is a theme of this movie. He drags his feet a lot, and ouchie. Good thing he's got some tough boots on.
Yeah,
I
they're
guess.
going fast. That would hurt so bad.
But he gets on the bus, and of course, there's a criminal on board
Yeah.
who is
It is
just
Ellen.
terrified that he's going to get arrested, and then Gigantor wrestles the gun out
that
of him.
was mean. Why do you just giving
I
this
know,
guy a
'cause
nickname?
Jack. Oh yeah, I know.
Maybe he's got some issues about being
Well,
big.
luckily, how we know Jack's a good guy, he later starts calling him by Otis.
Oh, yeah, that is good.
But yeah, so the guy discharges his gun and accidentally wounds Sam. Poor Sam.
Yeah,
Missed
fucks him up.
Missed the old boy.
Sam didn't need that.
Yeah.
This is why people who are stressed shouldn't have a gun.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
And
he's a
this is
criminal.
one of
and
the parts
just
where I'm
had-
like, Jack, pretty good cop. He didn't immediately shoot this guy. Probably should have.
Probably just should have.
I feel like it causes more problems.
But hey, good on him though. Saved him, and then he ends up saving him again. And I'm pretty sure that criminal never went to jail because
Yeah, what's
Jack was
his
nice.
story?
he probably just robbed something. I don't know.
Yeah, he went to jail.
But now Annie Porter, played by Sandra Bullock, is in action. She takes over for Sam, but when she tries to slow down to get help, Jack is forced to reveal the bomb, shocking and horrifying all the passengers.
What if they're just like,
Yeah. It's like, no, we don't believe you. Even though you've gone through so much to get on this bus, we don't believe you. And Andy, this is where we get Annie reveals that she doesn't have a license. He's like, oh yeah, why? Speeding. Jack's like, the perfect person for the job.
Yeah.
He calls Harry again. He tells Harry that a bomb underneath the bus is connected to a gold watch. And then you have Alan Ruck doing like the back and forth for them all, being the middleman. He's so good. He's like, when he starts cussing, he's like, darn it.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, that guy's very funny.
Alan Ruck. He's the side character. He's the best friend of Ferris Bueller.
Yeah.
That's Alan Ruck. And he's in Succession. He's just kind of one of
I
the
need to watch Succession.
funniest
I heard
actors.
it was good.
Yeah, you should. You should just do it. Leave. I'll do the rest of the podcast by myself. Go watch
All right, I'm
Succession.
gonna watch it.
Thump, 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 thump. See you, Jason. Cutting that. God, that's terrible.
No, never cut anything.
So the bus drives off the freeway, destroying so many cars and a ton of rails,
Hell yeah.
and just running over every
Yeah, and
sign.
it is blasted through these cars.
So great. No way the bus is going over 50 miles per hour right now.
I know, that's what I was
Taking
thinking.
those
You think
turns.
maybe they would have slowed it down a little bit. And like, I don't know about buses.
This is the go fast bus.
and they're heavy. So like,
Yeah.
anything that touches it gonna explode.
This explodes. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is probably true.
Yeah.
I would give it.
And
I don't know.
this is where we see that the bomber is watching all the news, and because there's so much news that he can see everything that's happening, and he's also watching football and cheering for some team. Who's just playing football randomly in the middle of the week? I don't know, but maybe it's an old game he recorded.
Yeah, he did. He records them.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. He's got time.
So then we cut to Harry comes up with the idea that it may be a cop because of the gold watch, because like retirement watches.
Yes.
Pretty big.
That's pretty cool.
Pretty big leap. Feel like immediately. But they have this whole thing. It's like, what is he trying to tell me with this watch? And I was like, I don't know. Maybe he's trying to tell you
that time is on your side.
I don't know. But the bus narrowly misses so many cars, and luckily the police clear a route to an unopened 105 freeway. Before they get on it, looks like they ran over a baby though. And it's just a lady that has a bunch of cans.
My babies.
It's like, why? And then of course, because everybody just wants to cross the street when this bus is going down the road, because a bunch of kids are crossing the street, and they luckily miss
Grand
them.
Theft Auto 5. Everything's running out in front of you.
And he's just like, "You're supposed to be in school." Sandra, she's great.
I love how ballsy these kids are. They just trust the light and that people are going to stop, you know?
Well, they had an adult with them. Didn't look both ways.
You just look at that little man on the sign, wait for it to go.
I trust this light more than anything.
I guess you have to.
Well, we're supposed to.
Or you never get anywhere.
So they're right there at the freeway, but they have to make a crazy turn. Jack worried that they will tip over. They have everybody sit on one side of the bus, and then we see the bus making the turn. And it looks like it's about to tip over, but doesn't. And I love it.
I'll buy it. Sure.
Hell yeah. Weight displacement, baby. Annie and Jack kind of chit-chat about the situation. Sandra's really great in here. You're realizing, oh, wait, this is just one of the most charming actresses we've ever had.
I know. She's adorable.
And it's like, you kind of see Jack. He's like, wait, I'm kind of liking her. And I'm like,
man,
that's kind of
hey, just
Bullock's
focus, Jack.
Yeah.
People are going to die.
Hey, it's an action movie. We got to have a love interest.
I mean, and when are you going to find love?
Yeah.
Right? You never know.
What better time? It's like, when are you going to meet Sandra Bullock on a bus? Come on, you got to take a shot here, Keanu Reeves.
You do have to do that. It's just true.
Harry gets the idea that the cop might be retired, because it's like, oh, they gave out gold watches for retired police officers, right? And he's like, so now they're getting so close to figuring out who Howard is.
I feel like Howard, that was stupid.
Yeah.
Putting your watch on there. And they missed a golden opportunity to put in a cool watch.
Well,
that had like Mickey Mouse on
He's so confident in his plan. It's like, I'm not going to get caught. And then they're going to realize later, like, oh, a gold watch. And this is kind of spitting in the face of the LAPD some more.
Yes.
Because he's so...
But like, if the bomb explodes, they're not going to have the watch anymore.
Yeah, but they're going to...
So he's kind of expecting them to look at it.
Yeah, he's expecting that. I don't think he's doing it on I don't think he's like, this has to happen. Well, I guess he knows that Jack is such a good, like, bomb squad guy that he's going to end up probably seeing the bomb at some point, because, you know, he's the greatest.
So it's like a love letter to Jack.
Yeah.
He's in love with Jack. That's the whole movie.
That's the movie that I told you they kissed earlier.
They did kiss, and he wants the money to take him on a cool vacation.
Yeah. On a cruise ship.
Probably to Key West.
Maybe that was what Speed 2 was going to be. Howard's back, and he takes Jack on a boat trip.
It's a love boat.
Love boat, yeah.
Love speedboat.
Yeah. So Mac, the lieutenant, just demands that they offload the passengers onto a flatbed trailer, but Jack warns him about the bomber's plot. And he's like, remember,
this is cool.
He's crazy, not stupid.
Yeah.
about Howard.
The chick gets fucked up so hard.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
The press shows up in helicopters, which fly over the bus and would broadcast any rescue attempt made to the bomber, who calls Jack to reiterate his instructions not to unload any passengers, but Jack convinces him to allow the injured Sam be offloaded for medical attention as a show of goodwill. This is where we hear Gigantor for the first time. But, you know, it's just like, Howard, you let a guy off. He's kind of willing to be talked into situations, which I think makes sense a little later, because he's like, I don't want to talk to negotiators. All they want to do is be your friend. And I'm like, does he not want to talk to negotiators? Because they might be able to talk him into it.
So.
And he's kind of willingly lets it happen.
He knows he's a big softie.
But I think realistically, he's just like, well, I'll let somebody off. They'll maybe give me the actual money.
Sure. Yeah. It's a negotiation.
Yeah. And then we get the tense scene of them trying to get the driver off, and they successfully do. But after witnessing a female passenger named Helen, shaken by everything that's happened, attempt to get off, the bomber detonates a smaller bomb underneath the front of the bus, killing her. Like, what did he just say? He just told you that they can't get off or they're going to explode. And she's still like, oh, I guess I'll do it anyways.
Oh, but I got to.
That actress, she's actually, this movie
she's in so many things.
This movie has great sidekick. Like just the people on the bus are great.
Yeah,
Like the ones that
she's been in
get
everything.
parts, they're all really good, like nervous actors.
I'd be great at being nervous.
Then Jack tells Mac, get the helicopters out of here because they're broadcasting everything that's happening, which is not smart. But hey, if it bleeds, it leads, you know?
Oh, God.
We see the people on the bus are starting to argue and name call everybody. Jack checks on Annie, who's scared and thought she was about to die. Tells her the bomber is the asshole and that she's doing a great job.
Good job,
It's
Trav.
like it's none of y'all's fault. It's him. He's an asshole.
And that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Way to go, Keanu.
So the cops learn that the freeway is unfinished. Chief is pissed.
And
You're fired. Everybody's fucking fired.
So yeah, he says the freeway is unfinished, but like, I feel like there shouldn't have been so many cars on the road when, like, as they're having this conversation.
Yeah. You know, here's the thing. Somebody at some point should have been like, should we tell him that road's not finished yet?
I don't know. I mean, I guess just roads
And
just
why
fall
were
out.
the signs not closer to the like the main part of the road?
There
It's
should
like,
have been a lot
they're like
more
50
signs.
feet until there's a gap. It's like, you should have told everybody 5,000 feet.
Hit the exit.
Yeah.
Let's go.
When Jack learns part of the freeway is incomplete, he realizes he's got to persuade Annie to accelerate the bus to maximum speed so they can jump the gap.
Maximum speed.
Which they do, and it's great. But Jack's great in this. He tells everybody to put their bags, anything that's going to hurt them, under the seats.
Yeah.
Everybody to hold on.
Put your luggage in the overhead
It's a
compartments.
great tense scene, though, and like the bus is trying to speed up, but it can only go like 70 miles an hour.
Yeah, because
anyways.
they got regulators on them. Right?
And then once it like jumps up, it magically somehow kind of goes like horizontal a little bit. Vertical?
It does.
Vertical.
It hits
Yeah.
the hydraulics and
Yeah.
it's just boom.
It's like luckily they got like silly. At the end of every freeway that isn't finished, they have, you know, in Mario where you got the little jumpy things. Luckily, they always put those there in LA.
Oh yeah, man. They're everywhere because this happens every single day.
No, I will say, I love this jump. I know it's dumb and stupid and it wouldn't work, but even today, just seeing it, I put what I said in my notes. Whenever I saw it happen, I was like, "Let's go!"
We need to look up this. I wonder if we can find the physics that would be needed to do this jump.
I believe
You probably can. I bet this has been explored.
my boys over at Mythbusters have done it.
They did.
Yeah.
Wow.
I need to go back there and just rewatch all the movie ones
Because
they did.
realistically, it should have just crashed straight head first into the
You
ground.
know what I need to do? I need to go. It's Shark Week when we're filming this. I need to go to the Mythbusters Shark Week. I love that one because they did Jaws. They
That's
did like
cool.
like whenever they shoot the air
propane tank
canister
or
in its
whatever?
mouth, they actually try that, and it's really cool.
That is cool.
I think
Because they don't really, they're made to not explode like that. Yeah.
They're just supposed to, they'll like fly off or something, I guess. So back to the movie. He then directs Annie to the Los Angeles International Airport to use their unobstructed runways. So smart.
Yeah, I thought that was
Such
a
a good
cool
idea.
idea. But
Yeah.
where's the plane that picks up the bus? That's what I wanted to see.
Yeah.
The plane, the bus drives into a cargo plane as they're both moving.
Yeah.
It takes off. Problem solved.
Except the
Except
bus
now
is
the-
not moving.
Yeah, you're right.
It's not just like the container
No,
of the
yeah.
bus needs to go fast. It's
No.
the wheels on the bus has to go fast.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
You win this round, Jesse.
And plus, he's got a camera in that thing. He'll just blow it up. He'd be like, "Whoa, a double whammy! I get
Hell
to
yeah,
blow
you
up
get
a
a plane
plane,
too?
and I get to blow up a bus."
Okay, fine. I'm not a great writer.
Yeah. So, how about you and your daughter make fun of it now?
Oh, we will. We
Snake, bite him.
did. Oh, God.
Just kidding. Don't make any noises.
He's,
Snake's my dog. If you don't know.
he's trained to bite people with
Yes.
bad taste in movies.
God, that'd be so dope. Anytime someone comes to my house and they say they don't like a movie I like, the dog just starts growling at him.
He's just sitting there watching the movie.
Be
He's
like,
staring at him.
Now, what do you
Waiting for him
do? You
to
think
say
the
some
movie is
shit.
good now? Yes, I love it.
Heel
Thank you.
snake.
So the bomber calls Jack and compliments him, saying like how good of an idea it was to go into the airport, and plus because they can't fly over the airport.
Protected airspace.
Yes. And Howard tells him that they need to get him that money. Jack says he knows he wants the money. He's like, yeah, I know you want the money that you didn't earn. He's like, and then the bomber says that he did earn it and he has medals as well, just like
Yeah.
Jack.
I think they're saying something cool here. You know, take better care of your public servants. Sure.
Yeah,
I think they
exactly.
deserve,
After they
especially,
retire,
like,
if you win a medal, you should get like $3 million
I
at
don't
the
know,
end of
maybe
your.
just like cover their healthcare stuff. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Well, I mean, it's like
It's still a boatload of money.
they just should have better retirement
Yeah.
options. You know,
And teachers. They should have put The bomber should have been a teacher.
Yeah.
They don't get paid shit.
I can calculate the hell out of that jump.
She could. Yeah, hell yeah, she would have.
He would have. It's like if the bomber was a teacher, they'd be like, let's see, there's a jump. Could this bus
and
actually
it's a
make
school
this
bus
jump?
with children? That would have been horrible.
God, one of the children's a convict, and he's also pulls a gun out on Jack.
Kids are making out in the back. God, this is turned
just
into
being super rowdy, throwing like wads of paper and spitballs, and like Jack's like, "Everybody, shut up and sit down."
He's like, "There's a bomb on the bus." He's like, "Your mom's a bus."
Like all the teenagers are like, "Yo, Annie, you hot girl?
Yeah, what that mouth do?"
Why do we always get like New York type accents?
I don't know.
But Jack convinces him to let him off the bus so that he can help get the money to Howard. So then Jack ends up getting off the bus after getting the permission from Howard, saying that he needed to talk to the authorities face-to-face to organize the ransom. Jack's boss, Mac, points out that in the airport, the press can't fly over the helicopters in restrictive airspace and thus can't report on any attempts to rescue the passengers. But Jack still thinks the bomber will somehow still know. He's smart.
He's smart. Wicked smart.
Wicked smart.
I love how Sandra Bullock was like, whenever he got off, she's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. Everybody on the bus is like, "Oh, he's just going to leave us here."
Yeah, no, they should have like switched him out with someone else to take care of stuff. I don't know. Probably would have blown him up.
So in a last-ditch attempt to defuse the bomb, Jack goes under the bus on a towed sled, and we see Harry's helping him on the phone. This is really cool.
Yeah.
I forgot all about that, and it's like, hell yeah, this is great.
And it's just like he goes barely gets under it, clears it. That was cool.
So Harry at the same time learns that the bomber is Howard Payne. He tells Jack to get out and that they are on the way to get him. I'm sure everything's gonna go perfectly. But because like the tires on the bus are just like being destroyed slowly.
Yes. Because one of them did it get shot?
Yeah.
Or something?
Yeah. Well, no, because they went into the airport and it has the spikes.
Oh, the spike strips.
Yeah.
But
So
it only got one of the tires.
Slowly the wheels are like crumbling.
Yeah.
And because of this, the little tow sled thing kind of like messes up and Jack has to puncture the gas.
Okay, that was so fucking funny.
Yeah, rolled. Funny and rolled. It's like out of all things that you had to hit the fuel line.
Yeah.
That sucks.
See, I thought he was just trying to climb his way back.
Yeah.
And he's like, can't lose the screwdriver. Just cut it, stab shit.
And then he's like completely covered in gas, which is like the worst scenario because now like your hands are all slippery. And you're just getting high off gas.
Yeah, Sandra Bullock's going to hate this.
Your butt and feet are dragging against the concrete.
Oh,
it's like,
man. So much pain.
Like Sandra Bullock's expecting to have sex with him. The guy ain't going to be able to sit.
Oh, he's stinky.
He's like, well, I guess we're only going to, guess I'm on top.
Oh.
But the passengers are able to bring him back on board. You have Annie screaming the whole time. It's so great.
Yeah.
He tells Annie that they are, because like every time like something's happening, she's like, "Get him up, come on!" And she gets so mad at him, like hits him when he gets back on the bus. He's like, "How could you leave me?"
Yeah, this too.
He tells Annie that they are losing gas and to tell the chief to get a fuel truck to
them. He's like,
so
it'll be here in 10 whole minutes.
Yeah, it's like that's not enough time. And I love it's like he's like, I accidentally punctured the gas tank. It's like, Annie, what, do you think you needed another challenge?
You fucker.
It's like, how could this get something about this movie? It just like keeps regressing to like crazier and crazier and like adding so many like obstacles. And it's just like every time you think, oh, they're at the airport, it's fine. Well, now they got a tire and now they have no gas. And it's like, God dang it, they can't catch a break.
Now they need a refueling plane to fly by it and gas it up.
That'd be awesome. Just have a
the plane would go so slow. Yeah. It would probably just be taxiing on the runway.
It would just fall down. So now that they know who Howard is, who's a former police department bomb squad officer, Harry then leads a SWAT team to raid Payne's home. However, Payne anticipates their arrival and rigs his house to explode, which kills the SWAT.
Yeah, that sucks.
And Harry. Rip, man. Hate to see Jeff Daniels go.
Well, I mean, I feel like if you deal with a lot of bombs and people who do bombs and you just go in their house, you got to be like, maybe there's a bomb in there.
It's like, wait, this guy seems pretty bomb heavy. Well, I guess they think he's in there, so they're not like, he's not going to blow himself up, is he? And it's like, what are you talking about? He literally is constantly like, I'll blow myself up. Yeah, I do not care.
He does not give a fuck.
It's like, hey, Harry, you told Jack this guy's crazy. So I don't know.
Whoops.
And Harry shouldn't even been there. He's still hurt from being shot the day before.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be going anywhere.
This is not like 6 months or weeks later, I don't think.
I think the script forgot about that part.
That's okay.
You know, you can make fun of that.
They cut. Okay.
Rest of it adds up. You can make fun of this stuff.
Okay.
So Jack gets a call from Howard and learns that Harry has been killed. And then I love this. Like, I'm going to rip your fucking spine out. I'm like, let's go, baby.
Gonna
Just
go
like
Predator on his
pumping
ass.
my fist in the sky. It's like, I know I should be typing, but I'm not.
I'm going to get you, Howard.
Yeah. Howard, I'm coming for you. Your spine is mine. It rhymed. That ruled.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say ass is grass, but I was like, spine is mine. But anyways, Howard gives Jack the location of the drop point for the money. Jack agrees and then loses his shit. It's like, God, we're all going to die. But Annie calms him down and tells him that they need him. And he can't tell Sandra Bullock no. So.
No, I wouldn't be able to.
Yeah. So Jack then notices that Payne has been watching the passengers on a hidden surveillance camera the whole time, allowing him to be one step ahead of Jack at every moment. And the reason he figures this out is because earlier in the film, Howard calls Sandra Bullock's character Wildcat.
Ah, yeah.
Right? And Arizona's football team, I guess, are the Wildcats. Jack, luckily, is a genius and saw this in the heat of the moment and then is able to find the camera because of it. But this also, I love this. This rules. Like everything here with like the transmission and stuff is great. Because Jack tells Mac that like, hey, he's filming us in here. He can't hear us, but he can see us.
Yeah, how they
and
loop it.
You should try to find a way to hack into the transmission and then play something on a loop.
That's always cool.
So he tells everybody in the bus to stay perfectly still as long as that they can.
Do you think this is the first movie to do that? Because
it's
been done many times.
Yeah, it's definitely been done many times. It had to be done before this, but
maybe.
I like to think this is the first time because this movie fucking goes.
It's a really good villain guy, I guess.
So what they're going to do, they're going to put it on loop so that they can offload.
They're going to lube up.
Yeah, they're going to lube up and offload all the passengers onto an airport bus before they run out of gas.
It's just, it'd be funny if the feed they got was just like him doing the floss. That's just over and over.
Everybody stand up, we're dancing.
They're doing the Michael Jackson Thriller.
Yeah. Howard's like, you know what? They're going to die.
This is pretty good.
Damn, do they got talent. So, but we see that they only were able to loop the thing for essentially like a minute and a half so that the loop's not very long, which kind of sucks because, you know, it's going to be easier to notice that it's looping. But they get everybody off the bus except for Jack and Annie because eventually the tire explodes. It's a little great. They have like another bus next to him. They put a plank of wood out. Of course, Alan Ruck's last in it. He almost dies because of it. Poor guy. Guy's nervous the entire movie. I love it. So Jack and Annie, they rig the bus to drive on its own. They put like straps on it and they put some metal to like push down the gas. It's great.
Keep it going.
And then Jack and Annie escape the bus through a floor access panel before the empty bus collides with a Boeing 707 cargo plane and explodes.
Hell yeah.
Dope escape though. Like just riding cool on the little thing.
Yeah.
I want to do it so bad.
And then they're in love.
Yeah, they're in love. Yeah, because you do get the fun scene between Jack and Annie. They're like, you know, most relationships don't end well if they're in like a hectic situation.
Yeah.
It's like, well, maybe we should get some coffee or something.
Let's keep this going. Let's keep the adrenaline up.
Let's go.
You remember that song Intergalactic from
Planetary?
Yeah. There's that line there. He's like, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going, full speed, too sweet to be sour, too nice. I wonder if that's a reference to this movie.
I don't know. It was 90s. Yeah. It was Beastie Boys. Dude.
Hell yeah.
Intergalactic, planetary. Oh,
Intergalactic.
That's like planetary. Wow. Fucking love that song. So with no one dead in the explosion and realizing Payne has no leverage anymore, they decide to keep the ruse that the bus is still circling the airport and use this opportunity to get Payne. Jack, Mac, and a platoon of SWAT officers head to the like the Pershing Square, whatever that is in LA, to drop off the ransom money. And for some reason, Annie is there. I guess because they got to go bone after this.
Oh wow! And he was there.
Yeah, she's in the ambulance. She's waiting on the whole thing to be over, so I guess she can hang out with Jack.
But they were at the airport.
Yeah, but then they went to the place for the drop off.
Why would they go to the?
Because
I know Jack probably has to.
Yeah, he probably shouldn't even. He should probably get checked out too.
Yeah, get someone else to do it.
His butt's got road rash on it the whole time. Yeah, that's another part of the movie where it's like, why the fuck is Annie in an ambulance here?
She's
Like, why didn't she
curious.
just go to the hospital and make sure she's okay
Yeah,
first?
that would be the first place to go.
Yes, but then Payne realizes that he has been fooled, and when he sees that the sudden jerks in the video, when the tape loops, he notices it, and then he's like, they got me. But also, he's able to see all these snipers on all these rooftops, and it's
From
like,
how?
because he's just looking out his window, and he's just able to see all of them. I was like, hey, maybe we have one sniper from a long distance.
Yeah, they kind of showed up with the whole crew.
Yeah, it's like, hey.
And they know he's a cop and a SWAT guy, bomb squad guy. Like, he's going to know what you're going to do.
Yeah. So, seeing that LAPD are waiting for him, a furious Payne poses as a police officer to kidnap Annie and manages to recover the ransom from underneath the subway tunnel.
He's like, hey, I'm a white dude. Come with me.
Yeah. It's like, hey, Jack told me that you can't be here anymore because you should not be near this situation. Nobody should be near this situation. And this is the great part where they turn over the trash can and where they put the money in, and he drilled it out.
Oh, man, the rats here are
and
terrible.
He had Annie be the one to pull this suitcase out, which is great. So the police start getting impatient, and Jack realizes that Payne already has the money and goes into pursuit of who he thinks is Payne by following him into the Metro Red Line subway. However, Payne is a step ahead of Jack, who's actually been following Annie, as Payne sent her to get his money, as she has been fitted with an explosive vest rigged to a pressure release detonator. Payne appears and tells Jack that if he follows them, he will explode the bomb and kill Annie. And this is where we get the line that I said earlier. It's like, you're crazy. Poor people are crazy. I'm eccentric.
Does that mean he's crazy too? Because he doesn't have $3.7 million?
Well, no, he has it now. He's got the case. That's why he's saying, no, poor people are crazy.
Now I'm not poor anymore.
I'm just eccentric.
Cool.
Payne then enters the subway station and pulls out a machine gun, firing it into the air to scare people so he can get away from Jack in the confusion. He then hijacks a subway train by threatening to shoot the driver and handcuffs Annie to a pole. But unknown to Payne, Jack manages to sneak on board the train before it leaves the station.
And isn't there like a lever, that the emergency oh shit lever
to stop the train?
Is in every single train or car or every 2 feet? I don't know.
I don't know.
How
I don't know if
work.
in LA no one uses them.
No, I think people pull them all the time. I don't know.
I think the only person that has that ability is actually the driver.
Probably.
I think it's only
that would be safer.
Yeah.
You'd never get anywhere.
I think you're thinking of like in California, they got the tram rails.
Maybe.
That's probably what you're thinking.
I don't know anything
I think
about
those have the thing where they like, hey, I got to stop.
Tennessee's never going to have real public transportation.
Yeah, no, they would rather have a bunch of car crashes so they can
So would I.
Probably get taxes from it or something. I don't know. So Payne then...
It's all a conspiracy.
Yeah. Welcome to the conspiracy. We recommend conspiracies.
Hell yeah, man.
So
fun.
Payne then kills the train driver who was going to the radio for help, and here's Jack on the roof of the train car. Payne...
Mission Impossible.
Yeah. Exactly. The 90s loved fighting on trains.
Yes.
Howard playfully jokes that Jack should accept a bribe and attempts to open the bag of his ransom money, but a dye pack goes off in his face. Love it.
He's so mad.
He's so pissed. He's like,
didn't think
money!
of everything.
Yeah, like obviously they're going to do this, so you can't use the
You
money.
should have been like, hey, no dye bags.
I think it's just like, he probably, if he wasn't in this situation, he got away free, he probably would have done, he would have probably like, oh, let me open it from the bottom and pull the cash out that way. I don't know how dye bags work, so.
It's like a crayon in there.
And if you do, send us if you know how dye bags work, I would love to know. Like if you're an officer, please let us know. You also probably don't like our podcast because Jason just keeps railing on officers. Dang.
No, Jack's a great one.
Just kidding. So pushed into a psychotic frenzy, a crazed Howard battles Jack on the train's roof, during which Jack causes Payne to be decapitated by a rail
signal. For the longest time growing up, I thought this was how the guy died in Mission Impossible. But that was like a helicopter blade, wasn't it?
Yep.
And I remembered this kill. This is the only thing I remembered from the movie was of course, the bomb on the bus, but like this kill was so fucking cool.
Yeah, it rules. And then I love because they're having the conversation while he's up there, and then Howard says something, and then you got the final line after he gets decapitated. Yeah, well, I'm taller.
Yeah, that's
So good.
really don't lose your head.
Yeah.
Howard. I thought that's what he was gonna say.
That would have been great. That was what
No, I
that's
liked
what
his
Arnold
better.
would have. I think Arnold says that in a movie, so I don't think they can.
Oh yeah, somebody says it.
I think
for
they say
sure.
that in Commando, actually. So Jack, thinking that they're safe, deactivates the vest from Annie, but cannot free her from the pole, as Payne had the handcuff keys. But now the train is unstoppable, apparently, and because of that, they're going to accelerate into the I guess the end of the railway, and
Sure.
they're going to crash. So Jack accelerates it to maximum
Go
speed,
faster.
causing it to derail where it plows through a construction site and bursts onto Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah.
And luckily, they're all unharmed. Jack and
Are
Annie.
they the only people on the train?
Mm-hmm, yeah. Because nobody got on because they're like, oh, a guy's shooting.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
And
that makes
unharmed,
sense.
Jack and Annie kiss while a crowd looks on amazed.
They're
end.
amazed because they're like, when did this happen?
It's like, whoa. Well, we're actually hoping the subway would actually kind of get built, but I guess it's
I
gonna
love
be
it when people crash trains.
it's gonna be
and
half a
kiss.
year before we're gonna build this again. So great, thanks a lot.
You could have just hit the stop button.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know.
But that's speed,
Speed,
baby, love it. Never
So
should
much
have been a
fun.
sequel. At least not on a boat. Maybe put it on a.
They could have stopped at comic book.
Maybe put it on a speedboat, a go fast boat. That would have been cool.
Oh man.
And then just add the Miami Vice characters in it, so they can just say go
And
fast boats.
They didn't even go back into time. Did they get up to 88 miles per hour?
No, I don't think they because they wouldn't go past 70.
That's true.
Sadly. So we're gonna hit our first category: the good, the bad, the ugly, the fine. It's where we talk about the good of the film. The good, something we liked about the movie. The bad, something we didn't like about the movie. The ugly, something that didn't age well. The fine, something that did age well. I messed up that. At the very beginning.
That's fine. No, I thought the good was this gave me a chance to bond with my daughter.
Yeah,
and
you're
talk
welcome.
shit about old movies.
A great movie, yeah. I don't know why you're talking
Old
shit about it.
movies. It could be. It does. I didn't say it was a bad movie.
It's okay because Natalie came home while I was watching this for her lunch, and she immediately started saying like, that wouldn't work. That wouldn't work.
Yes, there's a lot of that
It's
here.
not supposed to. It's a 90s movie. It's an action movie. It's not supposed to be.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
It's
All that
the
matters
movies.
is that people are screaming and explosions.
Yes.
Like something really good for
Falling
me.
in love.
The explosions with the bus when it hits the aircraft. Cool. Giant explosion.
Fuck
Great.
Yeah, man.
The reactions of everybody's were like, oh my God, it's hot.
Even though it didn't
Right.
have much gas on it left. I don't know.
Well, I mean, the
Still
plane, I'm
sweet.
sure it did.
Yeah, the plane had lots of gas.
he exploded the bomb
That's true.
because he's like, oh crap.
Forgot about the bomb.
Yeah. So for the good, I really just put everything because I think this is a perfect movie.
Hell yeah.
No, it's Keanu and Sandra. They're great. Their chemistry with them. Just all the actors, the side actors, everybody. Everybody's so good in this movie.
Yeah, they were really cool.
You can't help but root for everybody. Even Dennis Hopper. I'm like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
did.
Get your paycheck, dude.
I know. I just he deserves it. He
Like,
doesn't have to do this.
I didn't want. It's like a few movies, except for the girl that wants to get off the bus. Like, yeah, she goes. She's dumb.
she dies a lot in movies, I feel like.
Something bad about the film. I'll let you take over this one for.
I mean, I think we covered it, just
Yeah.
like it's the movie magic is bad looking sometimes, I guess. Sometimes
This
ideas
mo-
aren't as great as
This
you think
movie's
they are.
perfect. Don't listen to him. The bad, nothing. So let's go to the ugly. Something that didn't age well. Is yours the bus jumping? In the 90s,
okay,
everybody thought buses could jump.
bus jumping is always cool, but I think you have to make it look real, like it could happen.
I think they did the best they could.
Because there could have been
'Cause
a mound of
There,
dirt.
there should have been.
I don't know.
Why? Oh, yeah. Let's have a mound of dirt on a freeway. That makes sense.
It was sick,
You're
man.
right, Jason. You figured the script
And even
out.
then, it probably would just plow
No,
through.
I rewatching it now, I did think that there was kind of a ramp at the end.
There wasn't.
Like maybe that there was going to be like a truck, a truck that kind of had a ramp on
truck,
it.
yeah.
That maybe they were carrying stuff, and it was a chance to get a
The
little
ramp-
extra.
The ramp
Well,
transportation.
like maybe some beams, or I don't know how roads are made. Concrete, I don't know.
There's just
Whatever
ramps
how
in
you
the
make
middle
it.
of the freeway.
Well, no, at the end, or maybe like just something that had a little bit more elevation than like a flat surface. I wish it just
Sure.
had just something that had a little bit that would have shown a little lift, just
Yeah.
like at least so that it doesn't look so silly when it cuts to it like this, like just kind of at a vertical angle, and it's like why?
Like one of those
Horizontal,
Napoleon
whatever.
Dynamite ramps.
Yeah.
where you get into it and it breaks.
God.
But the bus jumps off of
Yeah.
it.
God, I will say, really wish I could have been on set to see the stunt though. That would have been insane.
That would
to
have been
see.
cool.
Been so dope.
To learn how it all works.
So, what's something that aged well? What's the fine?
Man, I think just these some of these action movies age. I mean, this one for me didn't age too well, but I just love the action stuff, and the old '90s action aesthetic is always very close to my heart.
Please don't unsubscribe to our channel. I'm sorry that he's saying so many mean things. Really, I actually thought this movie looked great, like the explosions and like all the action.
That stuff
I thought it
was
looked
pretty
really
cool.
good.
Some of the ideas are crazy.
What aged well to me is Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock.
Oh
They're
yeah,
always good, man. But I mean, like Keanu Reeves, obviously still a huge actor. We don't really see Sandra Bullock too much. I mean, the last movie most recent movie of hers I watched was the one where she can't see because there's monsters.
Bird Box?
Bird Box, yeah.
I forgot
That's
that
like
was
the
her.
last one I saw of her, and I'm like, hey, lady, do 5,000 movies,
No,
please.
I think I saw the one where she was with the wrestler John Cena, and it's like kind of like
What movie is this?
It's her and John Cena are like in the jungle, and they're trying to.
No, you're thinking of Channing Tatum. She's with Channing Tatum,
that's right.
and then you
Okay.
got Harry Potter's like the bad guy in that
Yes.
movie. That movie, no, that was the most recent movie. I love that movie.
That
That
was
movie's
pretty
so
fun.
fun. Brad Pitt's in
She's
it.
great in it. Yeah.
Brad Pitt just comes in and is like, I'm gonna steal the show.
Yeah.
With his long hair, and he's like,
yeah.
well, Channing Tatum's so good. That movie is just so much fun.
Yeah, I guess.
We need to watch that movie again. I also need to remember what the movie is.
Yeah, me too. That was clever. But Sandra Bullock's amazing.
Yeah, she's great. We need
And
to.
she's never like done anything bad that I can.
We should do
remember.
Demolition Man soon.
Hell yeah, man.
Okay.
Is that the one with Arnold? Wait, no.
No, it's Sylvester Stallone.
Yes, that's correct. Okay.
Hey, I'm cold because I'm freezing here. I don't know what voice this is.
As long as we don't do Scent of a Woman, I'm good.
That's Al Pacino won Academy Award for his
I know.
role in that. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
He's full Pacino in that.
It's so much Pacino.
It's just like before every take, he's like, hold on. Does a
He's
line
got
of
his
coke,
mountain of cocaine.
He's like, let's go.
I brought a couple props for my other movie.
Ooh, I can't see. I'm gonna accidentally touch some woman's butts. So I think that's a good place to in that category. Our next category is double feature, where we recommend a movie to go along with this movie. What do you have?
I do not know. I was thinking of movies we've talked about before. Jesse just mouthed Die Hard, so I guess it would be Die Hard.
Damn, I try to help him out here. Because that was gonna be mine, but then I thought of another one.
That could still be yours. That's yours.
No, that's yours. I have another one.
Okay.
I write down like 4 movies.
I'll take it.
So he recommends Die Hard without the help of me.
Jesse told
Not
me
cutting
so.
any of this out. I'm gonna choose the Tony Scott movie Unstoppable.
Hell yeah.
You ever seen it?
No.
It's a train movie, but the train
Oh, and the train can't stop.
It's
That's fun.
unstoppable.
That's fun.
It's got Denzel Washington, Chris Pine in it. It's Tony Scott's last movie, and it's a masterpiece, dude. You'll also probably think, man, this has some problems. But hey, it's a fucking masterpiece.
You know what movie I first thought of wasn't Die Hard. It was The Transporter with Jason Statham.
Oh,
And how ridiculous that movie is.
I've actually never seen those movies, and I need to because I love Jason Statham.
They're fun. It was just kind of
Yeah, it's
super
great.
machismo.
Car driving
a little
movies,
dumb.
love them.
Yeah. He's the best at everything.
I'm such a typical boy. Just like make a vehicle go fast, and I'm like,
I like gotta go fast.
yeah, that's why I love the Fast and Furious movies because they go fast. But that's going to conclude our episode on speed. And we're on speed.
I am a kind of
Laugh riot.
methylbenzaprine.
Oh,
It's
cool.
Ritalin. It's not speed. But
Well, now
it's
you
close.
know that Jason's on drugs.
Yes.
I'm on nicotine. So make sure you join us next week because we're actually going to do 2 of this director's, John DeBont's movies in a row. Because
Yeah.
in celebration of Twisters, we're doing Twister. Let's go. It's a
Oh, no.
Twister.
I love Twister so much.
It's another movie, which I'm just now realizing this director really knows how to have a supporting cast.
Yeah,
'Cause
for sure.
Philip Seymour Hoffman, he goes
He's
so
incredible.
hard in that movie.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite.
I'm gonna cry watching
performances of his.
Twister, just because I'm like, oh, he's gone, gone but not forgotten.
When did he die?
He died like a long time ago. Heart attack, drugs. Every great actor just can't. Pacino's still alive,
That's cool.
and he did drugs all through Sin of a Woman.
He did not.
I think he did, dude.
Probably.
You've seen that performance.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Yeah, he's crazy. And that's it. Make sure you join us next week for Twister.
Yay, Twister.
Leave us some fan mail, guys. Just click the links in the description. We got the email, and if at the very beginning you can click the link that says send us some fan mail, and you can send us some fan mail. So please do that, please.
Tell us how much you hate us.
No, what I want to hear, what movies do you want us to do?
Yeah, that'd be badass.
I would love to do a movie a month where I just do listeners' recommendations.
Hell yeah,
just
that'd be
send
cool
us
as
some.
hell.
Maybe I'll
Make
just,
it a regular thing.
if you put us a bunch in there, eventually when we get some, we can do this all the time.
Yeah,
And we'll put them in a bag and we'll pull out one, and that's the one we'll pick. We'll do it on the show
every single day.
I'll write your name. You can give us your name just first or just last, or a nickname you want us to call you, and I'll write it on the paper. When we pull yours out, I'll say your name, and you'd be like, oh, I'm on a pod.
Or we can just say like, this letter comes from.
Who knows? Maybe you can join the pod. Just kidding. I don't know how to do that yet. But yeah, so send us some fan mail if you'd like. Also, go to our Linktree / We Recommend Podcast, where you can follow us on our social networks, or if you want to it's the quickest way to get to our, like, whatever streaming platform you want to be on. I'd like to thank Joey Prosser for our intro and outro music. You can follow him on X at Mr. Joey Prosser. And that's usually all I say, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So I've been Jesse.
I've been Jason.
And this is We Recommend Podcast.
Do it.
What's a line I can say to end this? What is it? I'm gonna rip your fucking spine out.
I'm gonna rip your spine out.
Bye.